It is October 7th, 2016. We're going to have a relaxed conversation about meditation. We're going to place some emphasis today on letting go of the fear that they are working to implant inside of us. For years, some of you have heard me talk about the dark occultists behind this new world order, using the solar cycles to bring chaos to the earth. There's a rift in this matrix, and others can see it as well. We have clown attacks in the news, Russia threatening the West with nuclear war. We have many human beings thrown off balance by all of this fear, and in many ways having their emotions manipulated and used against them by forces that they don't understand. Continue to recenter. Pull yourself back from all of these thoughts, from the influence of technology, starting with your immediate environment, pulling back from those thoughts that have been influenced by technology. And ground yourself to the core of the earth. Now, we live on a planet of gross disinformation regarding the spiritual realms and how the Creator truly works. We have been mind hijacked, if you will, in some cases through the trauma-based mind control of some of the mainstream religions and our upbringings, to be in a state of fear of the Creator. And this has been something that has been in reality happening for thousands of years. We need to let go of that fear and grow that passion and desire to know the truth as to why things are on this planet. Because there are reasons why things are happening that we don't understand. And I think we're here to discover what those things are. And imprint the hive mind, if you will, the collective consciousness, with something greater than that which caused the problem to begin with. We have to help the world evolve, but to do that, we have to help ourselves. And to do that, we must move forward without losing ourselves in the abyss, a sea, a dark sea of a never-ending fear, of never-ending consequences. Consider that your current stay here on earth already is a consequence of something else. And now it is time to correct it. I see all this mounting, and as frightening as it might be, there's a reason why it's mounting. There's a reason why this particular period in the solar cycle, they have redirected human consciousness towards these lower-based emotions. And by understanding that, by understanding what they're doing, you can overcome fear through gnosis and through knowledge. So you take another deep breath and ground yourself to the core of the earth, releasing your pain, releasing your trauma, releasing your programming. And with your higher self, releasing programming that you're not even aware exists, but giving yourself permission to release those things inside you. And continuing this process, continuing your spiritual maintenance, and this becoming a way of life. This world now is so chaotic and energized with all kinds of emotions. There's truly a gray line between being spiritually fit and being spiritually sick. And all of us can lose ourselves periodically from time to time, only to bring ourselves back and remember who we are. This period of time that we are living in is a period in time where many people are investigating on a grand scale who they are. And it just so happens to be occurring at a time where the forces of darkness are bringing many of their master plans to fruition, to hijack that energy and attention. When you know your own power, when you know its impact on the world, then you are a threat. And some people don't even begin to investigate out of fear what they're capable of with regard to changing the system. The fear of persecution is within our genetic code, easily activated on a physiological level in our bodies. Could be ancestral programming, could be memories from another time and place where we faced persecution because we spoke up about what we knew, because we spoke our own gnosis, and we found ourselves on the metaphorical cross, damned before society, and called a heretic. Somehow, some way, in this matrix, there continues to be a legacy of the information living on. Despite the persecutions, this knowledge as to who we are and what we're doing here keeps coming back and back and back in some sort of a cycle that most of us will never understand. But we're aware we're in a matrix, but we're not lost in a delusion that we must run off planet or escape this matrix through financial or other unconventional means that have nothing to do with enhancing our own spiritual body. You can move forward. Those that can't, those that allow themselves to be terrified into staying in a certain box-like way of thinking, they continue to find themselves suggestible to influence and behavioral adjustment. And that is not why we're here. There's the truth about how energy works, and then there's what some call the distorted New Age teachings. Being aware of your energy centers, the energy around your body, the life inside of you, that spark. These are truths that are within us. And this gnosis lives on. The East has their own traditions, from Sufis to Buddhists to Taoists, many other groups throughout society and time. Many shamans and seers, mystics, throughout known human history have retreated from mainstream society. To instead go into a deeper state of contemplation, understanding, and insight in order to help the world. And people that come here with that calling, that don't answer that call within their own selves to fulfill their own destiny, they can often find themselves in a world of hurt emotionally when they are not aligned with where they should be. And I learned this early on in my 20s. So we see a splitting of consciousness even within the alternative media, where we see a lack of gnosis and a lack of truth. We see the illusions of separation promoted to keep us in this animal fight or flight, afraid of either terrorists or others, afraid of being a victim of this police state. And to those that feed on these lower emotional energies, it doesn't matter what they're afraid of. Their only concern is creating circumstances where as many human beings are vibrating at a certain frequency, with their intuition, for the moment, knocked out of the game. So you can pull back your own energy. From the places that you've left it. And as you declare your own sovereignty, you can send back that which is sent to you. As you pull back that which you projected out to the universe. We all have this responsibility. Certain actions and certain deeds, helping people, caring for people, loving all creatures, aligning yourself with the true divine light, and some say creative God force, Godhead energies, that has a certain impact on your magnetic field, which protects you from harm, from those things of the physical and those of the non-physical. When you have human beings led to self-abuse, self-destruction, hurting others, and others being persecuted at the hands of an individual. you have someone that is easily playing host to other forces of influence that know very well how to drive the human biological computer into certain directions when its guard is down. So the key to psychic protection is knowing how to keep up your guard and how your own actions, the very things that we do, that we engage in, have an impact, which means we're self-responsible. We're self-responsible for being in a state of consciousness above perpetual fear. And now you know why certain individuals have been out there for years creating a certain response in the audience without mindfully redirecting it to something positive regarding what we can do. Well, this is about what you can do, because it first starts with protecting your consciousness. The politics, the physical world, and everything else that you and I, in some cases, may think is the ultimate area of concern is not the main area of concern. To have faith in the true Creator and to seek that throughout your life is an experience that can only be experienced. To feel that sense of connection to Source and to witness and experience the anomalies in your life. It could have been a miracle. It could have been something else. We all have our stories. But there comes a point where we realize if we were protected all of this time from harm, if we experience the riches of heaven, if you will, to where we experience the synchronicities to where when we needed help, randomly an angel was there in human form to help us. Whether we asked for it or not, the gift was given. Now, if you've walked through this world and you've had those experiences and you're also aware of where they want to take us, I would go deeper into contemplation as to what we're really doing here. And how some of us have been blessed to be in a state of being where we have access to information. But we are not in the killing fields. We are not being droned. We have so much to be grateful for. We may have problems with our own government and societies, but we have so much to be grateful for. And we can do things from where we are now, whether you're in the Western world as I am, or elsewhere. There are things that you can do to help many people around the world through the sharing of the gnosis, through the sharing of the knowledge, through the actual engagement of love energetically towards your fellow man, the opposite of what we see promoted in our world today, including that from most of the alternative media. Let go of your thoughts that you can't spend any time sitting and meditating. Instead, direct your thoughts towards a state of consciousness to where you can tap into like that. Power of one breath. to bring yourself all the way back into your body and to activate, almost with lightning power, your electromagnetic field around your body. With a clear line of energy that is of your own, blasting from a sun. Releasing its plasma, its coronal mass ejections, its solar rain into your own consciousness. As the sun connects with the earth, the sun connects with us. And there is knowledge in this light spectrum. The sun represents your soul essence and your energy. And there's so much energy projected back and forth on the internet, a lot of upset emotions, a lot of lonely people that want more love in their life, in many cases masking and losing themselves to looking for love in all the wrong, technologically sourced places. So it's important to stay connected to each other and ground yourself, because as we are connected to each other, we are also impacted by the Archon mind hijack and all of this polluted anti-human energy that is streaming through at this time. There are casualties amongst us of the spiritual war that we can see, some still walking amongst us, alive if you will, and some that are not. And there are also some that may have left this earth because they are not meant to be here. To see the things that are about to come. And they have been released. And so we must relax. Our rigid belief systems regarding departing this world, when it comes, it comes. But if this isn't a stand to let go of all of our fears and realize we are dealing with a massive spiritual war on the planet and we are not alone. We have help. I don't channel, and I don't pray to any deities other than the true creator. But behind the scenes, in ways we don't understand, there is help. And there are inner. We've been listening to Tangerine Dream in the background. I'm going to wrap up this particular podcast. Let go of those rigid thoughts that you can't meditate. It's about snapping into that peaceful state of consciousness. You could be standing on a street corner in the middle of New York City, and despite all the things that you know is really going on regarding the global conspiracy, by being aware of the cycles of time, by being aware of the divine interventions, by being aware of the miracles, in particular the miracles in your own life, you can stand strong and grounded in the storm that surrounds you. And it's an energetic storm, and we're in it right now. And there are people hearing this now that are seeing this shift in society, and they too can come to that place to where they can help themselves and realize who they are, and then move forward to help others discover who they are. This way of life is not understood, and it's not going to be understood tomorrow. Take no time invest not in the love of others, and instead do the things that you need to do to evolve beyond this matrix.